Marketing Maniac's Mind. And this is the first episode. Today I thought about it, and today I'm recording this. So, just to make sure that I am doing this, I am definitely doing this. Okay. So, let me give you a little brief about myself. I am into this marketing space from the last 5.5 years or something. And I'm absolutely loving it. And I had no plans to get into this line. I was into hardcore designing, that too textile designing. Have to do more about garment and fabrics and silhouettes and other things. But COVID landed me to this. COVID pushed me, pushed the boundaries to explore a little more of what can be done. What can I do? So that is how I am here, and I am a little maniac about marketing, and I'm sure there are many other people who are a little maniac about marketing. By maniac, I mean they want to know the in and outs. They want to learn from the experience. They want to know the insights. They want to execute. They want to act, not simply learn. So that is how I started. I had no degree in marketing. I had a degree in textile designing, and I started marketing with mere getting clients for graphic design, some social media posts and other stuff. Because it was COVID time, I was sitting home, I had no work to do. All I had learned was a little basic knowledge about designing and other things, just designing and other things. And I started into all of this with mere my unpolished, half-baked designing skills. But then getting to know the clicks, the impressions, the KPIs, the reach, the amazing wonders that this marketing world can do. How I was amazed to see the numbers, the data, the stats. And then it started all from there. The trigger started from there. How to get more numbers, how to have a good insight, how to bring value. That was one part. The next part is I realized is the clear communication. Because, well, when I started working with brands, I realized clicks and impressions only come to your way if you know how to communicate your product or your brand. I was not good at it. I never knew that I was good at writing. But my very amazing experience was I was working with a company called Home, HOUM. Back then, it's not working right now, but it was a startup, and I was hired as a digital marketing manager. So there was a person above me also into the space, digital marketing. He was a senior digital marketing uh, executive or associate, something like that. So, but my eagerness to execute everything that is going into in the company, what I was supposed to do, I was supposed to strategize, I was supposed to research more, but I broadened my design skills from there. Because it's tough. It's actually tough when you have in mind an idea in mind, and you are a designer somehow, and you have to convey this idea to the other person, and then wait for the results. Because I knew it would hardly take 15, 20, or max 40 clicks, and I would be able to create it. Uh, so I jumped into designing, I jumped into idea creation, I jumped into copywriting. Because, yes, visuals are nothing if you don't have the right copy, right text. I had no idea this is called copywriting, and I did it. Uh, and while I was taking care of the ads, so I knew I have to communicate, I have to build a curiosity, I have to do justice to what the product and service is. I have to strategize a funnel where people are coming in. Where are they going? What are they seeing? I have to understand, what are we looking for? Are we looking for acquisition? Are we looking for retention? These were completely new words for me. But I was not scared of those new words. Some words did come to me, and I did act in the meeting like, oh, yeah, right, right. And then I quickly went back and I was like, okay, that is called acquisition, that is called retention. Okay, the strategy for this. I started researching a lot of more about that. Uh, the best part is, I think, the human psychology, the emotional appeal. This is a subject matter that has always lured me, and I was into this. People used to say, like, people who know me, who are near me, they know that I am a little nitty gritty. I pick up the nitty gritty details of the things that you are telling to someone psychologically, yeah, emotionally, mentally, uh, and most of the times I take the right context. So that is probably God gifted from to me, and I think that's rather God gifted, or something that I've learned from my experience, my upbringing, or whatever it is. So I'm sorry again. There's a lot of jargons in the first episode itself, but I have come a long way. There was a time when I used to know what are like impressions and what do they exactly do. Landing page, and I had completely no idea what does this landing page mean. I thought it's like a website, and I was scared of how do I create a website? How do I create a page? Is it right or not? But with errors, with time, with all the eagerness and curiosity to fix things, to create things, to get the numbers, to help businesses, to communicate properly. And see, no one tells you that you need to do all this. Nobody write this down as your responsibility when you are in a job. That is something that will come from inside from you. The moral responsibility comes inside from me. So if that is why, while I was sitting down to think what keyword should I add to my profile, and the immediate keyword that did hit me was growth manager, because people I have worked with, even people to whom I have communicated, or I have met for 15-20 minutes for some consultations, I knew them in the sense I felt them. It's not about talking and making connections. It's like, okay, you have a business, he's emotional about firstly, he's emotional about his business. Second, how is he looking at things? uh, See, as a marketing, I simply have to take care of the marketing aspect, but then there's a lot of other things that entrepreneurs goes through. So if you a little bit, even 20% step into their shoes, then you know your responsibilities, and you'll do it on your own. You will figure things out. And most of the time, and even in my case, most of the times, many marketing people or freelancers would require uh, access, no, not access, the right word is approval for many a things. But in most cases, whatever I created, the research, the ideas, the content, the copies, the communication, the visual guide, lead magnets, pages, UI, UX, anything that I created, uh, I knew there would be just not more than 5 to 10% of tweaks. Because reason being, I had taken meeting with them, I knew what's going inside them, what are they exactly looking at. But yeah, you sometimes do not 100% get or understand the communication exactly on the same page. So that is where the error occurs. But I try to be really, really attentive to get these details, and at the moment step into their shoes and get the work done. They do not give me a list. You get a list of your own. First, you have to do this and this and this and this. So that is how you stand out. That is how you stand out, by your work, by the upfront responsibility that you take, and everything, the way you manage or handle this kind of work and profile. And plus, definitely, yeah, there's a lot of teamwork. I'm not very good at teamwork. When I was in a job. Right now I'm freelancing, I'm probably switching to an agency model. Uh, but back then, when I was in job, because I had an experience as a designer, as a copywriter, uh, a little psychological thinking, and good at things like Word, Doc, Excel, Google Sheets, and a eager learner. You give me something new, I'll immediately start learning about it. At least basics, if not master, but basics. And if you are interested into that, and 3 4 months down the lane, if you keep researching about it, you keep learning about it, you eventually masters it. That is how it works. And today, yeah, we are sitting at a point where you cannot simply have one skill. You have to have a lot of things, and that will only happen if you are eager enough to keep learning. And learning is one. Keep executing what you learn is the main thing. You can keep learning and then you can be at the same place. But if you keep learning plus executing, you won't be at the same place ever. You are growing at a amazing speed. Uh, I think I can talk a lot more than this, but to give you a context, I think the first episode is that's it. It's all about all the experience. Let me think about it. Right now, what I'm doing, I told you I am into freelancing. I have 2 3 other people in my team who take cares of my client needs, and it's 5.5 years. I am looking forward to my expertise is in for sure branding, marketing, strategizing, consulting. If you're an absolute beginner, have no roadmap, give me the blank slate. I would rather say that. So, I have, yeah, one more thing. I have read a lot of books in the process, and I have learned a lot with that. A lot. I have a stack of books that I keep reading. And my point of reading this book, there's a rule that I follow. I read a book at least 3 times. Book I love, book which gets me value. Reason being, there's a book I started reading and I really liked it because the concepts were amazing. That the ideas and everything that was flowing into the book was super amazing, super valuable. If you apply, you know the in and out of whatever you're doing. But coincidentally, I revisited a book because I was actually implementing few things that was there in the book, and I revisited the book. What happened was there were few parts which I read, but I was again opened to a completely new set of things which I did not implemented, which were completely new to me. It felt like it's completely new to me, and I will be using this in the coming or the next set of researches and work that I do. So that was a great learning, and so that is how I start reading book, and books that are super valuable for me. I make sure that I read it once, not more than once for sure. And trust me, every time you'll get back to that book, you will definitely get 2x the value than the last time. And you will be amazed by, okay, I missed this part. This is gold. Back then, the first time it was not gold for you, but the second time it's gold for you. And the third time, with more experience, you come back to that book and then you read the other parts, and there is more gold, more diamonds to it. And that was amazing. Okay, so I think I've talked a lot about me to give you context and probably hold me accountable by commenting down below. That would be really appreciative if you put down a comment or something below. That boosts me to keep continuing my journey to record uh, this podcast. Right now I'm doing it single-handedly because I just wanted to be sure that I show up. And I have a lot more to discuss with you. There's copywriting, there's marketing, there's strategy, there's personal branding, there's LinkedIn, the lead magnets, funnels, visual guidelines, brand identity, designing, Canva, uh, and then a lot more thing that I have done, executed, I've learned, executed in the last 5.5 years. And I would love to share my journey with you, and I would love to receive your inputs too. Thank you so much for listening to this. Have an amazing day. I'll soon be back with another episode. Thank you.